before your period, does it feel like someone's unplugged your battery? I'm talking can't focus, can't function, and you're struggling to get out of bed because it just feels like too much. And then 2 days into your period, you suddenly feel normal again. If that's you, this is not laziness. It's a predictable biological shift. Today, I'm going to explain the exact hormone drop draining your energy, the brain chemistry behind the fog, and explain what actually works, including whether caffeine is helping or making it worse. This is the luteal phase crash, and once you understand it, you can stop blaming yourself and start treating it. Let's get into it. We're talking about fatigue that happens in the luteal phase 1 to 2 weeks after ovulation and before your period. The key feature, it's cyclical. Energy crashes before your period and then improves within a day or two of bleeding. That pattern matters. You might feel physically heavy, mentally foggy, emotionally fragile, and completely unmotivated. About 1 in 4 women experience this tiredness as part of PMS, but about 2 to 5% meet the criteria for PMDD, Premenstrual Dysphoric Disorder. Here's the simplest way to think about it. PMS is uncomfortable and disruptive, but PMDD is completely debilitating. But both deserve to be taken seriously. So why does this happen? Let's dive into the science of why your energy crashes. 4 major shifts are happening at once. That's why it feels so intense. Number 1 is the hormone drop. After ovulation, estrogen and progesterone rise. If pregnancy doesn't occur, they fall sharply right before your period. These hormones don't just affect your uterus, they directly affect your brain. And when they fall, your brain feels it. Number 2 is the serotonin shift. Estrogen supports serotonin, the neurotransmitter that regulates mood, energy, and sleep. When estrogen drops, serotonin can drop with it. Lower serotonin feels like low motivation, low resilience, and low drive. That depleted feeling, that's chemistry, not character. And number 3, progesterone sensitivity. Progesterone converts into compounds that act like natural sedatives in the brain. Some women's brains are especially sensitive to this. So during the luteal phase, your brain's alertness dials down. You feel slower, sleepier, foggier. Number 4, stress and sleep disruption. During the luteal phase, your stress reactivity increases and sleep quality can drop, even if you're in bed for 8 hours. But other women may experience broken sleep and waking up at 3 a.m. This ends up with you feeling more stressed and less restored. That combination alone can flatten your energy. I have a full video on how to rescue your sleep in the luteal phase, so feel free to check it out. The pattern is the clue. Here's something important. If this happens month after month in the same pattern, that pattern is diagnostic gold. Start tracking your energy, mood, sleep, cravings, irritability. Just tracking for 2 to 3 cycles can completely change your doctor's appointment because it can help your doctor treat those patterns. Talking of doctors, when should you see one? Well, premenstrual fatigue is common, but it should not be ruining your life. So you need to book an appointment if it's starting to interfere with your work or relationships, or if it doesn't improve once your period starts. Also, see a doctor if you're starting to feel very low or experiencing dark thoughts. Sometimes you may want to try lifestyle changes first, but you should only try them for 2 to 3 cycles before seeking help. PMS and PMDD are real. They're biological, but luckily they can be treatable. You deserve proper care, not dismissal. And when you see your doctor, they should consider other possible causes for your fatigue and consider ordering blood tests to rule out iron deficiency, thyroid disorders, and other underlying conditions. Because if your fatigue isn't cyclical, if it lasts all month, that's a different conversation entirely, and I have a separate video breaking that down too. So now let's talk about solutions. Number one, movement. I know when you're exhausted, this sounds awful, but moderate movement, even 30 minutes of walk 3 to 5 times per week, helps reduce fatigue, anxiety, and physical pain. It also helps improve your sleep and stabilizes your neurotransmitters. Movement is literally medicine in your luteal phase. Number two, protect your sleep aggressively. During this time, be strategic. Keep the same sleep and wake time. Sleep in a cool, dark room. Try to avoid screens for at least 1 hour before bed and limit the afternoon caffeine. Which brings me to something important. Number three, stop escalating the caffeine. I know a lot of us try to power through this week with more coffee, and I totally understand why, but an increase in caffeine is not a solution. The research historically has been mixed. Some older studies suggested very high intake, such as 8 to 10 cups of coffee per day, was linked to severe PMS. But a larger long-term study following more than 3,600 women found no clear association between caffeine intake and developing PMS. So caffeine probably isn't the root cause, but here's the problem. Caffeine can increase anxiety, nervousness, and disrupt your sleep. And those symptoms are already more intense during the luteal phase. Then you begin a vicious cycle. You're exhausted, you drink more caffeine, you sleep worse, you're more exhausted. That's not treatment. If you do drink caffeine, keep it moderate. Don't increase it during the luteal phase and stop by early afternoon. Because sleep stability beats stimulation every single time. Number four, blood sugar stability. Large sugar spikes lead to deeper crashes, and in the luteal phase, those crashes feel worse. Aim for protein and fiber at every meal and balance plates. Try to avoid refined sugar, such as those in chocolates and cakes, and try to have a steady intake throughout your day. No fasting. Stability is the goal. I'll explore supplements and medications for PMS in a separate video. These are conversations you can also have with your doctor. So while premenstrual fatigue is common, it should not ruin your life. But what about if sometimes your symptoms go beyond just feeling tired? If you've ever felt like you're getting the flu right before your period, body aches, chills, headaches, brain fog, a lot of us call that period flu. And I'll break down exactly what that is, why it happens, and what you can do about it in the next video. So click on that now and I'll see you there.